You wear a gown, you're wearing pants. You wear tights, you wear pants, you wear tights, you wear skirts. What happened now? They will not boil water. They will not go and, pour it inside potty and sit on it. They say they are steaming the vagina. That is an avon. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Ayomide. I am a medical laboratory scientist. I film about lifestyle, career, self-development, and every other good stuff. Please do subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos, and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey loves, how are you doing? In today's video, as you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about feminine hygiene. Okay, so I believe I know some things which you guys might not know, and also you guys might also know some things that I don't know, which is why I want us to continue the conversation in the comment section. So if there is anything you know that is different from what I'll be mentioning in this video, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. Okay, with not too much talk, let's jump right into the video. I'm going to be talking about the vulva and the VJ. So the first thing I want to talk about is vulva. So guys, is majority of us, we used to mistake vulva and vagina for each other. There's a difference between vulva and vagina. Vulva is that thing that we commonly call vagina, while vagina is different. Okay, vulva is the external part. As you're seeing your vulva, you're going to be seeing a lot of things in the vulva. You see that thing, that lip, that one that looks like lip that is outside, that is the vulva. We have the labia majora, labia minora, we have the clitoris, we have the orifix, we have every other thing outside. Okay, but the vagina, you can't see the vagina because it is inside. It is like a hole, or let me say a tube that connects the vulva to the cervix, then to the uterus. Okay, do you guys get the difference now? Vagina is inside, vulva is outside. I'm going to be putting pictures here for you guys to understand. So everything that is outside, that is the vulva. Okay, so now your vagina is supposed to have an acidic pH, like that is the normal pH of a vagina. And then a vagina also has normal flora. Normal flora are normal bacteria that are there as a security guard for your vagina. These are the things that helps to fight against foreign bodies, infection. They are there, that is their work. They are normal flora. Examples is lactobacillus. This is the work of this bacteria. The bacteria is there for a purpose. And also like I said, the pH of the vagina is acidic. If you notice, sometimes when you wear a black panties, if you have a black panties or a black underwear that you usually wear, you will notice that at the point in time, that part that you usually wear to the vaginal part, it starts bleaching, or it starts to wear. It means that is to tell you that your vagina is acidic. Okay, so why should we then now be helping the vagina that is helping itself? So sometimes we as females, we used to think that this thing that I'm doing, I'm trying to help my vagina. But it's just that thing that we are trying to do in the sense of I'm helping my vagina is actually the wrong thing to do. One of the things that we usually do is trying to say I want to help my vagina by washing it. A vagina is not supposed to be washed because vagina does a self-cleansing. It cleanses itself by itself. Because some of these things that you're trying to use all in the name of I'm washing my vagina, it wears off the normal flora. And like I said, these normal flora are normal soldiers that helps the body, that helps the vagina to fight against foreign bodies. Because I said vagina should not be clean, does not mean that your vulva should not be clean. Vulva needs cleansing. Can we get the difference now? You're supposed to clean your vulva, you're not supposed to clean your vagina. So all the cleaning that you want to do, focus it on your vulva and make sure that it doesn't get to the vagina. Do you understand? Because anything that is coming into the vagina, you have to be very careful with it. Okay, because if anything that is not supposed to be there is entering the place, it tends to affect the pH of the vagina. It also will wear off the normal flora, and by this thing it means that the soldiers are dying, the soldiers are weak, and they will not be able to fight foreign bodies, and that is where infection comes in. Okay, so just do your thing, just be helpful to your vagina by not washing it. Leave it alone, let it breathe, but ensure that you are always washing your vulva. We know that we have the vulva, where the vagina is and everything. Then we have the anus. So if you look closely, you know that your anus is not very far from your vagina. Now, a lot of people make mistakes when they use the toilets, when they go to the restroom, by washing it anyhow. Normally, you're supposed to wash from the front to the back. And to avoid confusion, it is best if you wash with water, and then by the time you want to use tissue to damp the place, to remove all the moist and everything, use different tissue. The tissue you're using for your VJ should be different from the one you're using for your anus, so that you not transfer those things from the anus to the front. And then maybe you want to use water, wash the front first before going to the back. Do you understand? Used to say, okay, I'm seeing lady wash, I'm seeing all these things. Guys, I'm not saying you should not use anything. I'm not a I'm not a gynecologist. Okay, so anything you want to use, avoid using scented soap, so that it will not irritate that place. Okay, make sure that everything you're using is scent free and it is mild, it is not harsh. Okay, so be gentle on that place. All right, ensure that by the time you are having your menstrual flow, your monthly visitor, ensure that you always try as much as possible to wash up about at least 6 hours. So when you after like 6 hours, ensure you change your sanitary pad. Let's try and take care of our baby, our lady down there. Okay, so don't let it stay for 24 hours, don't let it stay overnight, don't let it stay for a very long period of time, because it is believed that when it stays for a longer period of time, it tends to start attaching bacteria. Okay, is it attaching or attracting bacteria? Always ensure that you pee after having sexual intercourse. This thing is just very simple. As soon as you're done as soon as you're done doing the do, just stand up and visit the toilet and pee. This is just in a way that you are trying to flush out anything that might have come inside, maybe like bacteria or whatever you are pushing it outside with immediate effects. Always keep her dry. It's not supposed to be a moist space. See, when the bacteria tends to survive in a moist area, or in a damp area, so it's supposed to be wet. So anytime you go use the toilet after rinsing with water, that is why I suggest using tissue. Okay, so make sure you use tissue to dry out all the water. And when you use the toilet, ensure that you don't allow drop of water or pee on your panties, so that the panties is not damp. So it's supposed to be dry. Avoid it being wet all the time. I don't mean like the inside of the vagina, I mean like the outer part. Ensure that it is always dry. Avoid wearing tight clothes all the time. I mean, let her breathe. See, when she's not breathing, that is when she will start sweating, the place will start smelling, it will start holding some things that you're not supposed to be holding. Like I said, it's not supposed to be moist, it's supposed to be dry. Okay, so avoid wearing tight clothes, tight underwear. I don't even know how people do it. Some people will wear panties, wear tight, and still wear jean. Why? Some people will wear gown and be wearing bum shorts, jean bum shorts under. Why? I mean, it's not a do or die affair. You're not going to war. Just cotton underwear, things that will let her breathe. See, left to me, I always even say it, like, panties is not supposed to be an everyday thing. I'm sorry, it's just my own opinion. I mean, like, why are you wearing it all the time? You wear pant trouser, you're wearing pants. You wear jeans, you're wearing pants.
You wear gown, you're wearing pants. You wear tights, you wear pants, you wear tights, you wear skirts. What happened now?
Be calming down. Let that girl rest now. So let us cultivate the habit of always allowing her to breathe. You avoid overdose or abuse of antibiotics. Of course, we are so fond of any small thing we are using antibiotics. All those ampiclox, tetracycline, those antibiotics. Basically, a lot of us, we abuse antibiotics. Apart from the fact that we can develop like a drug resistance, whatever to it, which I'll probably talk about in another video. There are other things that we do to ourselves, like there are some other havoc that we do to ourselves by abusing some of these drugs. Okay, so one thing about antibiotics, in case you don't know what antibiotics is a drug that is used against bacteria. That's the simple definition. So now we have broad spectrum antibiotics. These broad spectrum antibiotics kill all variety, all species of bacteria. Okay, so now I'm just trying to use the simple term for us to understand. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I said that our vagina has lactobacillus, which is the normal flora, which is also a bacteria. Okay, so now that you're using antibiotics is there to just clear all the bacteria. Antibiotics are clearing the lactobacillus. So at the end of the day, you don't have any soldier again at your lady. Now a lot of foreign bodies are coming here. You are using different public toilets, you are visiting everywhere, you are doing a lot of things, you're just doing some things, and your vagina cannot fight. The pH has changed from acidic to alkaline. Now the vagina cannot fight against any infection, and that is where we come down with yeast infection, and also things like Trachomanas vaginalis, bacteria, others bacterial infection. And this, everybody is commonly call it, oh yeah, I have toilet disease, There is nothing like toilet disease. I'll probably even still discuss this in another video. Okay, so ensure that you don't overuse or abuse antibiotics. If you are not feeling too well, ensure that you get a doctor's prescription. You guys should start fearing antibiotics. Antibiotics is not something you should be using often and often. Ensure that you don't even take antibiotics for like months, because it's not vitamin C, okay? It's not glucose. Antibiotics is one of those drugs that people should run away from. It's not something you're supposed to be using often and often, except you are under prescription, like your doctor asks you that, okay, use this ampiclos for 10 days. If that's not the case, if you're the one that is giving yourself like self-prescription, please avoid using antibiotics anyhow. Okay, also some people used to do some things like, okay, I'm having VJ itching and I feel like I need to sort it out. They will now boil water, they will now go and pour it inside potty and sit on it. They say they are steaming the vagina. That is an havoc. At that period of time, you think it is working for you, but do you know what is happening to the bacteria there, the normal flora? Some people also do something that we call douching. This douching is they are trying to help maybe discharge or itching or whatever that is wrong with them. They're not putting their finger or they are inserting some things like liquid for you to flush out everything that is inside. I'm sorry, that is very wrong. So avoid tampering with everything that is going on down there. All you need to do is focus on your vulva and wash your vulva. And if your vagina is healthy, it is acidic, okay? It is maintaining the old pH by itself. It is doing the self-cleansing by itself. It is none of your business, okay? And also when it comes to pubic hair, a lot of people have asked questions if pubic hair has an importance or if it is not. I mean, God puts it there for a reason, but my advice or what I will say is ensure that you don't have bush. That's just the basic truth. Ensure that you don't have bush. Pubic hair has its own function as well. It's just like trying to filter some dirt and everything, but it's not supposed to be too much. Why do we have forest under there? I don't even know how it doesn't irritate some people. I'm sorry, but it's not supposed to be. It is even part of hygiene. You need to be hygienic as a lady. Nigerian factor. So ensure that you trim, but not like trim that everywhere will not be looking like a bowed headed person. I would have talked about another things, but I don't know if you guys can hear me because of the generator noise. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.